Hi guys, welcome to RCC Adventures. Now today, following on from the previous video where we took the steering rack out, we're putting a new one back in. When I say new, it's from the scrapyard, but it's in a lot better nick than the previous one. So if I show you the new steering rack which is next to the car, this one doesn't leak like the last time. Like you can see, all of its blood and guts from the power steering fluid absolutely everywhere. So we're going to be fitting that today. Hopefully I can get as good of an angle as I possibly can for you in my fetching high vis, even the trousers, because you know, British weather. I'm going to try and get that in. Dad's going to go get some power steering fluid and go from there. It's been an absolute palaver for us. Getting it out, not a problem, came out nice and easily. But getting a replacement, we ended up going to Eurocar parts with a replacement, which had a surcharge. But if you took your old one back in, then you get the surcharge taken off. But because we had never done it before, we didn't understand what we actually needed to go with the new steering rack, which included, you needed the arms for both sides. And you also needed all of this pipe work, including that bracketry there. Because the new one didn't come with it. We didn't know that. So basically we sent it away, minus the track rod ends, because we knew we would need those. And the rubber bit on top and various other little bits that we knew we needed. Sent the rest of that away, and we lost the opportunity of that. So Dad's taken the new one back, which was about 300 quid. And we got this replacement instead. Because it's all there. It doesn't look like it's ever leaked before. So we should be a lot better off. Now, you haven't got a microphone today because it's given up the ghost, annoyingly, so I have to get a new one. But hopefully we'll get it in, Dad get the power steering fluid, we can get the car sorted, and we have the car running and driving and moving under its own power with power steering today. Hopefully. Right, let's get to it. Right, so I've got to wiggle all of that in position through there. It's looks quite a big hole, doesn't it? So should be nice and easy to get out of. The bonus that I had with this particular steering rack from the scrapyard is that the engine that I took it out of, the car I took it out of, had no engine in the engine bay, so it was nice and easy to get to. Obviously we have an engine in this one, so let's see how we do. I've got to remove the bolts that I put in the holes just in place, so we don't lose them, and then just a matter of connecting the pipes up, connecting the track rod ends to the hubs, putting power steering fluid in, and we should be golden. Now you are going to be at a low angle down below, so you should see enough of an understanding anyway. Right, let's see how easy or hard this is going to be to thread in. There's the gator. Might take some wiggling to get in there, because we'll try and feed it through everything. Okay, so I'll go around the other side, so you're going to have to bear with me a second. Track rod ends getting caught up on the subframe. Ow, my knees. Move that way. So now it's been caught on that. Come on. Right, so I've got that far. Yeah, trying to get it out in the first place, it took a bit of wiggling around. But hang on. Let's try not to trap my fingers. Well, that's promising. It seems to be semi in the correct area. didn't just slot into place, did you? There are the holes. No, you didn't. There you are, though. Yeah. Might be alright. Right, let's slot this track rod in this side. I won't do it up, obviously. And then we'll do the same on the other side. In fact, let's put the bolts in as well on this side. Oh. Lovely wet ground. I'm glad I'm wearing waterproofs. Yeah, I don't know what engine size Beetle this came off of. Obviously there was no engine in it, but looks to be the same steering rack completely, so we should be okay. Hopefully I'm not covering the camera. If I am, I'm sorry. I'll move from that side for a minute. Right, let's get round the other side. Look, bushes. Right, let's do the same on this side. Make sure we're not snagging on anything. I don't think we are. We are good. Obviously we haven't set this up. Tracking, that's what I mean. We haven't set the tracking up, so we'll probably have to faff about with that a little bit. Right. Whenever you're doing work on a wet floor, I highly recommend wearing waterproofs. Like the trousers I'm wearing are from Network Rail. I'll move you over a little bit. If you guys don't mind, I'm hitting my head on the phone / camera. If you're not aware, guys, I use a iPhone 13 for all my filming, which I think is very good, very good, very good. Right, so I think you are the bottom one and you are the top one, I believe. Maybe. Doesn't seem to stretch very far. Maybe because the subframe's dropped quite a way. I think they are different sized. A different size entirely. Yeah, so there's only one way of getting them in there and getting them out. So, see, that doesn't want to reach over. So I'm wondering if that's due to I don't really know. Is that due to the fact the subframe has dropped, or is there a difference? Because why would you reach quite well, no problems, but then the other one not? I reckon it's because the subframe's dropped, you know. I've got a feeling it's got to go over that little bit there. Let's go round. I will find out. Well, I've got it to go in. Obviously, trying to line up the subframe afterwards. We'll get around to doing that, obviously. But it's screwed in there. So all I'm going to do is tighten them up, and then that's the banjo side of things done. And then all it is just bolting the rest of the steering rack back in, track rod ends done up, and then lifting the subframe up into place. We've got those 2 holes that the subframe then mounts to the exhaust to do as well. Yeah, we'll be fine, we'll be fine. We'll be dandy, you know what I mean? We'll be dandy. Fine and dandy. So the bottom one's lining up, the top one, after a bit of fettling, will fit. I'm going to get to the pipe actually sits beyond that thing. How is it supposed to go under? I don't know. Not right, I know what I mean. The pin is in the way. Need my 19. It's ready. I don't know why the pins are in there. That's the thing in the knee, so that's quite powerful. Right, so that's that in. Ow. Yeah. Right, that's them. So let's do up the bolts underneath for the steering rack. Put it in its place. Might also be for the fact this side wasn't sat quite right as well. Do that up in a minute properly. Ratchet view. Obviously these are long bolts. If you ever decided you wanted to do this job, like you need to, like we are here, then the tools that you're going to require are obviously a ratchet. You need a 13mm socket for the bolts underneath. You need a 19mm socket as well, plus extensions, and you need a 22mm socket as well for the subframe itself, which then mounts to the car, and a 13 again, but spanner for the 2 bolts that go in the exhaust hanger that goes through onto the subframe. If you have those, you can do the job quite easily. Oh, and a jack as well, so you don't lower the subframe too low, completely dropping it, because it won't be very good for your suspension or anything like that. So I've got it supported underneath a jack at the moment, and obviously when I raise it back up into position, I'll be using the jack for that. I won't be doing up the track roll ends until it's completely in place. So I am now going to go and button up the bolts on the other side, and then we'll get on to putting the subframe into position, ready for the bolts to go through. Happy with that? Good. Right, the next scene you're going to see is me getting the subframe up in the air. Right, hopefully you can see enough. Don't forget, there's no microphone on me, so I might be a bit quiet. I'm going to be around the front of the vehicle, lifting the subframe up. I also forgot to mention that you need a 17mm socket as well for your gearbox mount, which obviously then bolts to the gearbox from the subframe. Right. Then we can get this to line up properly. Find out in a minute. That way a bit. Are we lined up in any way, shape or form with anything? By the looks of it, probably not. Well, we're almost lined up. As long as I can get this back one in. So then. Yeah, so the subframe is too far forward at the minute. If I was to go back up on the jack again and get it more into position that way. Yeah, let's keep going up. We need multiple people for doing this because it is well out of the way. Right, I think I'm going to lower it down and somehow move it across. Or I use something. I'll work it out in a minute. Because it's rock solid at the moment. We want to go that way, which is not wanting to do. Right, I think I've got to lower down the subframe, because if I show you here where the hole is, not lining up at all. So I think I'm going to lower it down and see if I can wiggle it into position better. Bear with. Right, I've managed to get that bolt in and the far bolt lined up, but it's still not quite lined up properly. I've also got to be careful of the steering column section that goes into the car. Obviously we've only got a certain size hole for that, but hopefully the more and more I go up, the better. If I zoom out, there we go. Okay, hopefully that's better. So over there, you can see a little bit more what was going on. There's a lot of fettling at the moment, trying to get it to line up correctly. In theory I should be able to just jack it up properly now and get it into position so I can put in, you can't see where I'm pointing, yes you can, top left of the screen, up here where I can put in the long bolts which go through here to go in, and then we can wiggle it properly into place. So far I've got it down sort of okay at the moment. It's only just in on that side over there, so a lot more fettling, here we come. Is that just falling out? Yeah. So it never really went into the body of the car, like I thought it was. Let's try it again. Let's try and get the goat in a bit better. So it's not actually lining up correctly. Okay, that's fine. It is lining up with a hole, but I don't think the threads are catching it a minute. No. Can't caught then, so okay. Yeah, that went in. Okay, let's continue. Snug this side up a bit more as well. Hello. Right. That may be in place, I don't know, I can't see the bolts. Can you see the bolts? Don't know why I'm asking you, you can't answer me back. Let's have a look, shall we? Yeah. Maybe. Well, I suppose there's only one way to find out. Let's put a bolt in and see what happens. Feels like he's trying to bite. No, it doesn't. Some of these jobs can take some time. Once I get that bolt, or one of the bolts, snugged up, I think we should be okay. I need to check inside, make sure we're not puncturing a hole through as well. But we'll go from there. So it's kind of in place. Probably just needs a little bit of adjustment here and there. This is why you don't snag everything up straight away. And yeah, so on to the next scene, shall we? Yeah, this being a diesel, it's a very messy job, eh? 22 there. What size are you? What, 16? Never mind. Put this up snug. Now, so this is the gearbox mount I'm doing now. It's down there, please. Right, so that's the gearbox mount in place. Then it's all I need to do now is connect up the column to the steering rack and then fill it up with fluid. So I think underneath we are done. Thank God. Yeah, shouldn't have put that in my mouth, but never mind. Right, so at the moment the tracking is going to be severely out. So I'll try and get this to line up with that. So if you look, as you can see, that little bit there needs to be more of a 90-degree angle for the steering to actually be straight. So we're going to have to do some adjusting with the track rod ends and stuff for it to fit properly. That's all the way in. Let's turn it that way for a minute so I can get the bolt in nice and easy. And then we'll have a look at how bad the tracking is out. I'm feeling it's very out. Obviously this rack being off another car, we have to adjust it anyway. Right, so that's the thing all the way in. And that's the steering dead straight on the steering wheel anyway. Also with the key in, so there's no steering knob on. And yeah, it might be alright as long as the other side's okay. It is out a bit in relation, so we'll have to adjust this side, but actually that's better than I was expecting it to be, so that's good. Right, so I'm going to do that bolt up and then we can start putting power steering fluid in and then get the power steering working, getting all the fluid where we need it, and go from there. Right, so we're using PSF power steering fluid and conditioner. Hopefully you can see that properly. So there's no power steering fluid in the system at all at the moment. We're going to top this right up and then we'll start the engine up and cycle it. Right. Also check for any leaks and go from there. Right, so the vehicle is out of gear. Let the glow plugs go out. So they have. keep doing this for a bit. Straight. Yep. Let's check the level, see how far it's gone down. Check there's no leaks. Nothing leak in this side. Ah, we have a leak. Okay. Right, okay, it seems to be that I forgot to put washers on because I found them on the floor. So it was the bottom one that was leaking, that was like the torch is shining on. That was leaking, so hopefully now that is all good. I've circulated it a couple of times. I've let the engine warm up as well. Obviously I have to keep an eye on it. There is fluid everywhere, it's still dripping as well. So hopefully that's job done. Top one seems to be fine. So in theory, once I've nut up the bolts for the track rod ends, we should be all sorted, ready. So let's do the track rod ends, but I've circulated it a few times. The fluid hasn't dropped this time, so I would say that's probably what should be done. Obviously I'll put the wheels on, put the wheel on the ground, take it for a test drive, make sure it's okay, but once I've done the track rod ends first, then just keep an eye on the fluid level and check those banjo bolts as well. So we'll do that next. So yeah, next scene. Okay, I'm going to try and sort out the tracking now. Hopefully that's the correct size. It is not. Right, mole grips I think. We'll go with mole grips. So go on and do that nut, and then you'll hold the shaft in place, otherwise it spins. So the tracking on this side is actually out quite a way. Did that undo or did this come off? I'll just have it come off. Do that right. Yeah. Now by the looks of things, these might not have been adjusted for a long time. So I'm undoing the locking nuts. Sorry for the loud noise. And what you want to try and do is adjust it so the hub is as straight as it can possibly be. Right, that should, in theory, it's probably got more like that. And I'll do a bit more actually. So you want it to look straight. Yes, cute. That's bringing it in. We want to go that way to bring it out. That quite way. Just right. So it's actually too far in. I'm only doing this by eye. So it's not going to be perfect. That's about right. C4. More boots back on. This was turned way out. That's beginning to hurt my knees. Terrible weather this morning, but the sun's come out now, so that's good. Half point. By all means, skip ahead if you want. So hopefully now, that should be fairly straight. Which it looks fairly straight. So I'm going to get on with the other side, do that side, and then we'll get the wheels on, put it back down on the ground, and we'll go for a test drive, and then we'll end the video. Right, as you can hear, it's running now. I've now taken off my my high visibility strip, and I'm taking it for a drive now. It's not leaking anymore, so that's good. You have to bear with me. Hopefully you can stay put. Right. This will be the first time moving the vehicle on the ground. Still got power steering, so that's good. I haven't put the bottom tray on because it's absolutely disgusting and needs replacing. It's broken really. good. Bit of tracking's still out of it, but kind of expected. Sorry, you've fallen over. I'll put you there like that. You're not going to fall over then. You're not going to be able to see very much. Before I go any further though, a couple of beautiful, beautiful BMWs. Pop you down there. Yeah, tracking's out, so we'll have to sort the tracking out. But Louise is now functional again. And can be used. Which is the main thing. Obviously we will, I'll check it in a minute as well because it's now been done on the load, so if there's any leaks it will come out now. Around the curb. I think we can safely say, as long as it's not leaking, that the job is done. Beautiful. Right, if you like this video guys, please give this video a like and a share. Make sure your friends are watching, they're sharing with all their friends and everything like that. If you can give this video a comment, if you've had to do a steering lack before, that would any tips on how to do it any quicker would be nice. And why not go and check out the rest of my videos on the channel. We put up videos regularly, that's all I can say, because it doesn't always seem to be on a set date. And yeah, so I've waffled enough. You're probably bored of me now. So, I'll catch you later. Cheers.